Right guys, so we are in the cellar or the basement, depending if you are American or British or whatever. What we're gonna do, as you can see by the way, the space is quite, well, let's say limited. What we're gonna do today, as I showed you before, we're going to cut these pieces, right? Door hangers, we're going to cut them in size. We're going to cut this thing so you can actually, after that, attach them to the door, right? We used them before in the previous house where we lived, but for some reason it seems that the thickness of the door itself, was quite different. This ones, they fit just perfect, which was a good thing because you could have just taken them down or put them back exactly as you need it. But for some reason, these doors, they are a little bit more, well, thick, slim, or whatever you want to name them, about this size, right? Which means that they won't fit 100%. So we're gonna cut these pieces, right? We're gonna cut this side, and after that we're going to use where it is, the Black & Decker, well, whatever, screwer, or whatever the name is, or drilling machine, or screwdriver, or whatever you want to name it. So we're gonna use our Black & Decker to actually put it to the door. We're going to film that process also. Honestly, it's so easy. The process itself is like, I don't even know how to compare it, being honest with you. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you for the sake of showing you the tools that I'm using today. It's well, it's this thingy, and also we have a Bosch, which is the model, I don't know if you guys can see it, PWS750-115. It costed about, if I'm not mistaken, about 60 something pounds or 65 pounds. Now, very important, safety, it's important. Now you're gonna see me something that's not safe, but again, I'm doing this on my own risk. I know what I'm doing. Very important, when you're going to cut these stuffs, make sure you're going to have something that's gonna hold them, in a fixed position, so you can actually use the flex. You're gonna use the machinery with both of the hands, one here, one here. I'm gonna use just one. Again, it's not something that you should do it. I'm just doing it because you know, I'm doing it at my own risk, and also make sure you're wearing some sort of glasses so you can actually protect them, right? Again, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it at my own risk, so don't try this at home. Yes, don't try this at home. Again, I cannot stress enough, don't do it at home. If you're doing it as I did it, using one hand and the other hand holding it, you're doing it at your own risk. Best option will be to actually have something that is going to keep it held in place, and after that you use both. I mean, there is a reason this handle is here, there is a reason, and that's safety. One on top of the other is being done. Always after you do it, always after you work with the machinery, make sure you unplug it, it's just a matter of safety. By any chance, I don't know, it might happen, somebody's gonna touch this button, there is a chance you're gonna see this thingy running around in here and cutting legs. You don't want to do that, so always make sure it's as safe as possible. Again, I didn't wear glasses. I used, you know, one hand to hold it, the other hand to hold the piece I was cutting, but trust me, this one you want to do it all the time, no matter how you gotta take it. Now I want to apologize for the light. I promise if we are going to work in this whatever cellar a little bit more going further, we are going to put some lights in here, but for the moment this is what we have, and we're going to work with what we have at the moment at least. Now what we have three pieces, like corner pieces. We're going to keep them. Potentially we can do something with them as they have a nice shape. It's like an L shape, if you can see here, so potentially we can actually recycle, so to speak, and use it for something else, like some sort of shelves or whatever. Now what we have in here is the final product that's looking like this. Now, if you guys see these edges, yeah, I would strongly suggest you just making sure in the future you are not going to cut yourself, because these are very sharp edges. You are going to use some sort of sandpaper and sand it a little bit. Let's see if we have some sandpaper around here. If you guys seen other videos, or actually previous videos, we use this kind of sandpaper on our machine, on our sanding machine, right? P130. Now, what I'm gonna do, instead of getting a new one, I'm just gonna use this used one. So we didn't throw it away because we knew for a fact this is gonna be actually useful, so we can reuse it. There is no point in throwing something away that you may use it. Right guys, so this is done. Let me show you how it looks like. Yeah, so we have 4 of them. I haven't actually cut them like 100% how it's supposed to be, but you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna take our small Black & Decker hammer drill. By the way, let me show you, this is what I was looking for actually. Let me show you the model, what I bought, what we are using here in the house, yeah. It's actually exactly this one. We bought it from B&Q, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, from B&Q. And I think this is the model, the one that you see it in here, guys. That might be it, most probably. Because to be honest with you, I can't really see a model. KFBCD701. So I suppose that is the model. Anyway, it's quite easy to use it. It's lightweight, to be honest with you. The good part is that you can carry it with you wherever you go, whenever you go. I'm gonna put this one here.